In this video, I'm going to be covering the concept of tempo training. Now, tempo training that I'm going to cover in this video is specifically regarding strength training. There is tempo training for endurance, and I'll have a separate video that outlines what that is. But for tempo training, the goal is that we want to change the amount of time under tension our muscles are experiencing in the different phases of movement. I have another video on the different phases of movement, but they range from what's called concentric, eccentric, and isometric. Isometric is a phase in which we are transitioning between the eccentric and the concentric, and it's just holding, no joint movement. Concentric is when we're actually contracting the target muscle groups to perform and exert. And eccentric is when we're in a lowering phase or preparing. But what we want to try to do with tempo is we want to modify the amount of counts that we are in the time under tension depending on what phase we are in. I'm going to show you with my husband Josh. He's going to be performing a squat and a deadlift. No weight necessary. I just want to try to show the tempo, because if you're one of my clients, then I more than likely will have at some point of your training, which is why you're watching this video, tempo has shown up in your dashboard, where now you're seeing that you need to perform exercises with specific tempos. You may see this as 3 numbers or most likely 4 different numbers. So for a squat, for example, let's say that you saw a tempo of 3, 0, 1, 1. Let's just say that that was a tempo that you saw. This is going to mean, and Josh is going to use the chair just to perform a simple chair squat. 3, 0, 1, 1. Josh is going to lower for 3 counts, eccentric phase. And that means he's going to be at the bottom for as quickly as he can change to standing right back up. That's what the 0 is. He's not going to pause at the bottom because I put a 0 there. The 1 means he's going to stand up as fast as he can with 1 count. And then he's going to stand for 1 count. 3, 0, 1, 1. So Josh is going to lower. 1, 2, 3. Up. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Up. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Up. Hold. Another alternative is that I could have had him pause at the bottom for 1 count. 3, 2, 1, hold, up, hold. That would have been a 3, 1, 1, 1. Now that's just an example with a squat. Always, the tempo will start with the eccentric phase or the lowering phase. I will always outline that for you on your exercises, which one is considered the lowering phase for the movement, because that can be confusing. To show a different example with an exercise, I'm going to use the deadlift. So now Josh is going to be performing a deadlift with the tempo of 2, 1, 1, 2, meaning the eccentric or lowering phase is going to be 2 counts. Then he's going to hold for 1 count. Then he's going to concentrically burst up for 1 count. And then he's going to hold at the top for 2 counts. So for this one, he's lowering. 1, 2, hold. Burst up, hold, hold, lower, 2, hold, burst up, hold, hold, 2, counts down, hold, up 1, hold, 2. Modifications can be made to tempo in circumstances where we had much more weight. For example, if he had much more weight on a barbell, for example, I may have him pause at the very top for 4 seconds. A 2, 1, 1, 4, perhaps. There's a lot of different varieties of tempo work that range between hypertrophy, meaning growing your muscle in size, and then benefits on actual strength, because strengthening your muscles and improving your absolute strength of that muscle is different from building it in size. They're not directly the same. And so we have different training variables that affect them, tempo being one of them. This tempo can, of course, apply to upper body exercises and lower body exercises alike. So I hope this helps outline the concept of tempo training. Again, if you're one of my clients, you're going to have the lowering phase outlined for you in detail, but eventually you'll catch on to it and it'll be a natural habit. One last note is that your tempo doesn't have to be fast, and it doesn't have to be exceptionally slow. I may prescribe slow tempo or moderate tempo with the timing. So 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1 is just as fine, unless I prescribe otherwise, as 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. So your speed can change depending on the variables, the exercise, and also my exercise prescription for you if you're one of my clients. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.